Hi, this is Alan from Alpus Group, and I've got a few additions to our database of distressed properties, which I'll just run through in case anyone's interested in any of these. This just gives a summary of where the property is and the price, and if you're interested, you need to give me a call, Alan at Alpus Group, on +44 7539 141257 or +44 333 224 1257. The first one is a 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Derby in the East Midlands of England. Asking price is $215,000. The distress type is it's low EPC. The 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Victoria Road in Gedling in the East Midlands, £185,000, cash buyer needed, so it's not mortgageable. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Atlas Building in Hinckley and Bosworth in the East Midlands, £125,000, that's a repossession. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Clay something Road in South Holland, East Midlands, £120,000, that's low EPC. 2-bedroom detached bungalow for sale in Station Road in North East Derbyshire, East Midlands, £185,000, cash buyer needed, so it's not mortgageable, it appears. 3-bedroom detached bungalow for sale in High something Road in West Lindsey, East Midlands, £150,000, cash buyer required, not mortgageable. 2-bedroom terraced house for sale in Victoria Road, Gedling, East Midlands, £175,000, that's low EPC. Studio flat for sale in Spaniel Row, Nottingham, East Midlands, £59,000 to a cash buyer, not mortgageable. 2-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Trevor Road in Broxtowe, East Midlands, £125,000, cash buyer, not mortgageable. 2-bedroom bungalow for sale in Rydalside, West Northamptonshire, East Midlands, £175,000, low EPC. 2-bedroom coach house for sale in Wraithby, East Lindsey, East Midlands, £280,000, that's low EPC. 3-bedroom cottage for sale in Wigtoft Bank in Boston, Lincolnshire, East Midlands, £235,000, low EPC. 2-bedroom detached bungalow for sale in Tower Road, Tendring in East of England, £85,000, that's a low EPC. 3-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Colchester, East of England, that's Essex, £200,000. Cash buyer is not mortgageable. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Braintree, Essex, East of England, £210,000, cash buyer only, is not mortgageable. 4-bedroom detached house for sale in Kestrel, Broxbourne, that's Hertfordshire I believe, East of England, £550,000, it's a repossession. 2-bedroom semi-detached bungalow for sale in South Norfolk, East of England, £295,000, that's low EPC. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Regent House, Brentwood, East of England, £260,000, that's got Japanese knotweed, so that's not mortgageable. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Hartley Avenue, Peterborough, East of England, £150,000, cash buyer, not mortgageable. Block of apartments for sale in Tithe Lodge, 127 something Road in Watford, that's 1.5 million, repossession. 2-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Little something in Barber, East of England, £290,000, that's low EPC. 1-bedroom apartment for sale in Old Bedford Road, Luton, East of England, £90,000, cash buyer. 2-bedroom duplex for sale in Marlows in Hemel Hempstead, Dacorum, East of England, £170,000, cash buyer. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in St Albans Road in Colchester, East of England, £270,000, that's low EPC. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Kings Lynn in the West Norfolk, east of England, £250,000, that's low EPC. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Woolwich Road, Bexley in Kent, London, £225,000, cash buyer, that's not mortgageable. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Fulmar House, 5 Tawney Road, Southwark in London, £230,000, that's cash buyer required. 3-bedroom maisonette for sale in Rose Hill, Sutton, outskirts of London in Surrey, £220,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Exeter Road, Enfield, London, £200,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Chisley Road, London, that's Haringey, North London, £200,000, cash buyer. 3-bedroom flat for sale in Stourcliff Close in Westminster, in London, £135,000, that's to a cash buyer. That's a good price for that area. 1-bedroom apartment for sale in Farnborough Road in Wandsworth, London, £180,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom maisonette for sale in Everton Drive, Harrow, London, £230,000. That's got a short lease, so it's not mortgageable. Studio apartment for sale in Knowles Close, Hillingdon, London, £145,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom mobile home for sale in Thorney Mill, Hillingdon, London, £149,950 to a cash buyer. 6-bedroom detached house for sale in Towers Road in Harrow in London, that's for sale for £1 million. It's water damaged. 3-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Newham in London, £300,000, that's a repossession. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Stour Road, Barking and Dagenham, London, £180,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom apartment for sale, flat 58 in Kingsley Road, Barnet, London, £185,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Cecil Road, Newham, London, £500,000, it's a repossession. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Stirling Avenue, South Tyneside in the northeast of England, £70,000, that's low EPC. 2-bedroom terraced house for sale in Haddon Road in Sunderland, northeast, that's £65,000, that's low EPC. 1-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Gateshead in the northeast, £190,000, that's low EPC. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Lilac Road in Redcar and Cleveland in the northeast, £45,000 to a cash buyer. 5-bedroom terraced house for sale in High Street, County Durham in the northeast, £95,000, that's got a low EPC. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Stevenson Street, Gateshead in the northeast, £40,000, a repossession. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Wynyard Road in Stockton-on-Tees in the northeast of England, £250,000 for a quick sale. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Salford Broadway, Salford, northwest of England, £239,950 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Wigton Road, Allerdale in the northwest, £150,000, low EPC. 3-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Trafford, northwest, £310,000, quick sale required. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Park Rise, Manchester, northwest, £174,950 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Bridgewater Road in Salford, northwest, £175,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in City Road East in Trafford in the northwest, £185,000, cash buyer. 1-bedroom apartment for sale in Rossetti Place in Salford in the northwest, £185,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Barton Place, Manchester in the northwest, £194,950 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Jutland House, Manchester, northwest of England, £204,950 to a cash buyer, not mortgageable. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in V Building in Salford in the northwest of England, £209,950 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom terraced house for sale in Jackson Road in Oldham, northwest, £100,000, that's a repossession. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Scotby Grange in Carlisle in the northwest, £275,000, that's got a low EPC. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Hall Street, St Helens in the northwest, £115,000 to a cash buyer. A 1-bedroom apartment for sale in Bixted Street, Liverpool in the northwest, £120,000 to a cash buyer. Studio flat for sale in apartment 2, Coleman's Road, Liverpool, northwest, £61,404. It's an odd price. Studio flat for sale, apartment 1, Coleman's Building in Liverpool, northwest, £65,688 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Turnhall, Liverpool, northwest, £80,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Haworth Road in Rochdale, northwest, £90,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Fleece Road in Rochdale, northwest, £95,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom lodge for sale in Little Water Tarn in South Lakeland in the northwest, £225,000. It's got Japanese knotweed, so it's not mortgageable. Equestrian facility for sale in Holmshaw Lane, Cheshire East in the northwest, that's £800,000, fire damaged. 4-bedroom detached house for sale in Wingates in Bolton, northwest, £625,000, it's in poor condition. Detached house for sale in Wingates Lane in Bolton in the northwest, £1 million, it's in poor condition. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Lightbox, Salford, northwest, £175,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Wyre in the northwest, £190,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Brewer Street in Manchester in the northwest, £240,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Newhall Lane in South Ribble in the northwest, £45,000, it's a repossession. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Red Oaks Way, Halewood, Knowlesey in northwest, £100,000, that's a repossession. 3-bedroom cottage for sale in Cottage, Eden, northwest, £175,000, it's got a low EPC. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Brathy Place in Bury in the northwest, £105,000, it's a repossession. 4-bedroom house for sale in the Principal Highlands of Scotland, £150,000, low EPC. 3-bedroom apartment for sale in South Keepers in the Highland, Scotland, £160,000, got a low EPC. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale, 115 something road in East Dunbartonshire, Scotland, £235,000, it's a repossession. Studio flat for sale in St Augustine Road, Arran in the southeast, that's £130,000, it's got a low EPC. Got a 1-bedroom flat for sale in Hampshire Courts in Brighton and Hove, southeast, it's £230,000, it's a repossession. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Woodhaugh, Egham, Runnymede, southeast, £220,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom maisonette for sale in Three Corners in Oxford, southeast, £185,000. It's got a short lease, so it's not mortgageable. 2-bedroom park home for sale in East Hill, Sevenoaks in the southeast, £170,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Orchard Place in Southampton, Hampshire, £140,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom chalet for sale in North Baddesley, Test Valley in the southeast, £350,000. It's got Japanese knotweed, so it's not mortgageable. 2-bedroom detached house for sale in Bury Road, Medway in the southeast, £100,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Miller Heights, Maidstone, Kent, southeast, £110,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom duplex for sale, flat 15, Montpellier Road, Windsor and Maidenhead, southeast, £150,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom apartment for sale in Peerless Drive, Buckinghamshire, in the southeast, £220,000, got a low EPC. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Miller Heights, Lower Something Road in Maidstone, Kent, southeast, £110,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Court Road, Lewes, in the southeast, £100,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Isabel House, Staines, Spelthorne, Middlesex, £140,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Eversfield Place, Hastings, in the southeast, £100,000. It's a repossession. 2-bedroom house for sale in Silver Road, Oxford, in the southeast, £300,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom house for sale in Heights Terrace, Dover, Kent, £180,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Hawthorne Gardens, Worthing, southeast. It's £100,000. It's got a short lease, so it's not mortgageable. 4-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Bolton Road in Torbay, in the southwest, £299,950. It's got a low EPC. 1-bedroom apartment for sale in St James's, Barton, in Bristol, southwest, £215,000. That's a cash buyer. There's a plot for sale in Kessel Farm in Laddock, postcode TR2 in Cornwall, southwest, £300,000, stated to be in poor condition. And a barn conversion for sale in Kessel Farm, Laddock, Cornwall, £300,000, in poor condition. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in West something in Dorset, southwest, £300,000, stated to be in poor condition. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Stanway in Swindon, southwest, £140,000 to a cash buyer. 5-bedroom cottage for sale in Portway in Wiltshire, in southwest, £155,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Northgate Street in Wiltshire, southwest, £85,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole, £60,000 to a cash buyer. Studio flat for sale in Bourne Avenue, Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole, £82,500 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom apartment for sale in Westhill Road in Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole, £145,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom terraced house for sale in Oak Tree Road, South Gloucestershire, in the southwest, £150,000 to a cash buyer. 4-bedroom house for sale in Eastbury Avenue in Plymouth, southwest, £150,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom terraced bungalow for sale in Beach Road in Torwich in the southwest. It's a repossession, £200,000. 4-bedroom detached house for sale in Bisley Old Stroud, southwest, £340,000. It's Japanese knotweed infected, so not mortgageable. 2-bedroom terraced house for sale in 4th Street. This is in Cornwall in the southwest, £185,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Cedar Road in Tewkesbury, southwest, £220,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom semi-detached bungalow for sale in Torwich in the southwest, £200,000. It's a repossession. 2-bedroom semi-detached bungalow for sale in Bridgend, Glamorgan in Wales, £185,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom apartment for sale in Watkiss Way in Cardiff in Wales, £135,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom apartment for sale in Watkiss Way in Cardiff, Wales, £145,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Seabank Road in Conway in Wales, £85,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Seabank Road, Conway in Wales, £95,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom bungalow for sale in Keggy Ford in Denbighshire, Wales, £130,000. It's fire damaged. 2-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Langley Road in Wolverhampton, West Midlands, £225,000. It's got a low EPC. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Sheepcote Street in Birmingham, West Midlands, £210,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom maisonette for sale in Moore Street in Coventry, West Midlands, £100,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom detached house for sale in Hurst Road in Coventry, West Midlands, £180,000. That's low EPC. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Ludstock Road in Worcester, West Midlands, £200,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom flat for sale, Norton Terrace in Cannock Chase, West Midlands, £100,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Stafford in the West Midlands, £140,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom apartment for sale in Stirling Court in Birmingham, £160,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom terraced house for sale in Tape Street in Staffordshire, £97,500. It's a repossession. 6-bedroom HMO for sale in Birmingham, West Midlands, £31,000. That must be in pretty bad shape, I imagine. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Walsall, West Midlands, £100,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom terraced house for sale in Alexandra Road, Nuneaton and Bedworth, West Midlands, £125,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom terraced house for sale in Fife Street, Nuneaton and Bedworth, West Midlands, £130,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Wolverhampton, West Midlands, £150,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in New Street, Birmingham, West Midlands, £170,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom detached bungalow for sale in Dudley in the West Midlands, £299,950. It's got a low EPC. 2-bedroom bungalow for sale in Crossway Lane in Birmingham, West Midlands, £200,000 for a quick sale. 2-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Warwick, West Midlands, £210,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Warwick, West Midlands, £210,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom apartment for sale in Woodcape Fold, Craven, Yorkshire and the Humber, £59,950. It's a repossession. 1-bedroom apartment for sale in Woodcape Fold, Craven, Yorkshire and the Humber, £65,000. It's a repossession. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Wellington Road in Leeds, Yorkshire and the Humber, £190,000 to a cash buyer. 4-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Worth something in Doncaster, Yorkshire and the Humber, £100,000 for a quick sale. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Buller Road in Bradford, Yorkshire and the Humber, £65,000 to a cash buyer. 5-bedroom detached house for sale in Farview, Kirklees in Yorkshire and the Humber, £275,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Warner Road in Sheffield, Yorkshire and the Humber, £145,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom detached house for sale in Bilham Road, Doncaster, £200,000. It's got a low EPC. and 2-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Tynewald Street in Harrogate, Yorkshire and the Humber, £175,000. That's got a low EPC. So that's a review of some of the new properties on our database. If you're interested in any of these, call Alan on +44 7539 141 257, or you can call the landline +44 333 224 1257. You can schedule a call with me at calendly.com/AlanJE, or you can drop me an email at alan@alpusgroup.com. That's all for now. Cheers.